Hello, I'm Tapout, and today we're just gonna play Short Blaster on some tower control. I have a little bit of a yappuccino I want to serve to you, but I just wanted to see if I could record today 3 videos. I want to play Blaster, Custom Blaster, and Gleams Blaster. So, if this is the first video of 3, we'll see. Perhaps it could just be the one. But I have been giving some thought to a big boogeyman after Halloween. AI! Oh yeah, we're talking a little bit about it, and I promise it won't be complete doomerism. I just more wanted to share even more thoughts on the matter of creativity. I'm not sure if it was a couple videos back or even more further back than that, but I talked about what I might want to do after Splatoon and what creative endeavors that might entail. And this morning recently, I gave a little bit more thought as to what that might entail outside of a digital space, because, as AI continues to get better, it becomes easier for it to imitate digital art, which means in many respects, the only art that we can know truly exists and was created by a human is stuff we can ask a human it made, and like things that have physical proof and evidence of existence, right? And what that reminded me of was uh, the one interest I really have in analog art. At least, the one interest I would say I have actively. And that is pigments. I don't know what it is. I have a deep... I find acrylic paint and factory-made paint deeply disturbing. There is something about the fact that paint is supposed to be this mixture of oil with like natural pigment and powdery stuff. I think the fact that like acrylics and stuff are just like insanely small plastics or something, or just like hyper concentrated chemical dye. I think all of that just makes me find acrylics and stuff unusual and strange. To such an extent that I think I'd like to get into the creation of paint myself, i.e., finding my own pigments and creating paint out of it. I live in a desert, so I'm ripe to do that. I assume there's many natural pigments that can be found out here. At least, in the dirt and such. God, this weapon is really easy. Can I just take a second to say that? Like, look at... That was cheating what I just did. I literally shot directly through that guy's wall. Anyhow. That guy really wanted me dead. This guy is super dead. Oh, wait. I'm not if I'm an idiot. Alright. We get on the tower. I can defend the tower just fine. But anyways, yeah. I have no clue how to get into pigment making. I know people use linseed oil to combine with pigments. I don't want to buy a bunch of expensive pigments. I think foraging for pigments is like what would make it cool and worth it to me. I don't want to die on the tower right now. Crab tank is over. The bamboozler does have to aim to kill me though, and that will be their downfall in the end. Holy W splashdown from my Expo teammate. He's actually a fucking goat for doing that shit. I can get a bunch of stuff done by just fronting ahead like a complete moron. This Expo lives. Okay, good. Nice. But yeah, I just want to see if this is the sort of thing for me, because I always envision pigment and paint as being kind of joined together, and I think it's hard to describe, man, but like you can tell looking at a painting a lot of the time if someone is an amateur in picking colors because they use like grocery store acrylic paints. There's just like really bright, high saturation colors, when a lot of really old paintings, pre-industrial paintings, of course, didn't have access to certain vibrancy, and even sometimes certain entire colors, like blue is an exceptionally rare color, right? So I don't know. I think if I ever did something, I would try and find pigments myself and see what I can do with it. I'm not a big painter in the first place. Maybe I could learn how to paint in the first place. I think people learn how to do watercolor and stuff with like just black watercolor, right? I'm not crazy. I'd have to see though. I'll also have to see if linseed oil is expensive because I actually have no clue. There's just a lot of we'll have to see. And I kind of want somebody to do it with me. Like, maybe I'll see if there's any local communities for something like that. Maybe. Just maybe. I'll go back to my university to see if there's something like that. But anyways, let's talk a little bit about Blaster, right? Blaster is one of many Slayers that I have had flings with in this game. Mostly because Blaster's kind of easy, and I like Big Bubbler. But I'll tell you what, man. This weapon's mechanics might be brain dead easy, but in a competitive setting, oh my god, it gets a lot harder because this weapon's kits are just kind of awkward and strange. Like, Blaster's not very good at defending itself from the inside of a Big Bubbler. The one with point sensor triple splashdown has a really difficult time finding a foothold and getting in. And then Gleam's Blaster is much of the same, right? Like, it needs someone else to create headway for it, and it doesn't have access to its special very often. Just a lot of problems. I think, honestly, a lot of Blaster's problems could get solved by just having more frequent access to its specials, all three of them. Make them all 170, man. Fuck around and find out. Why not? Who cares? It's not like Roller is already so absurdly good. What do we stand to lose by making Blaster even close to as good as a lot of the other Big Bubbler stuff, you know? It's not like the other two kits are going to be that great. Gleam's Blaster could be, but I seriously doubt it. Seriously, highly doubt it. I want this paintbrush gone, which entails me murdering him to death. Oh my god, I should have gotten direct instead of trying to go for 2 indirects. I'm an idiot for that. I am wearing the gay agenda, some of you might notice on my head. The gay agenda is strong right now. Because I was going to wear the red bandana that I have, and it smelled bad. I don't know why. I cleaned them. In fact, I very recently did my laundry. But sometimes, man, shit just ain't quite right. This mini's gotta go. They're 2 down. The tower control effect is happening right now, where we just get a roll going and it doesn't stop. I really, really want a Big Bubbler very deep in. Damn it. They didn't let me pop it on the block. It's fine, because I can come back and just use it right here. Oh my god. It's not going to let me use it even if this bubble pops, huh? Wait a minute. No, the dualies actually managed to get it in the little time that... Oh my god. Are we serious? We're not letting the game knock out? I suppose that lets me just use this one game as my last game, but god damn it. I could have played another game, man. I'm actually an idiot for not looking at that guy as he was killing me. Quick respawn be damned. I shouldn't have died in the first place. I don't like dying a lot, chat room. And I think that's one of the many things holding me back from maining a Slayer weapon. Is dying feels like I'm an idiot who did something so outright bad that I couldn't even get value in the one time I was allowed to come forward, right? Oh my god, I'm horrible. See? I just didn't kill a guy. I could have gotten the direct on the guy who was Trizuka-ing, but no. Okay, there's somebody who's going to try and do something like that to me. Absolutely fascinating that I still died to him anyways. Doesn't even matter that I predicted him. This way. Okay, L, this way. Can we let out an SOS to all Blaster players to let them know they don't have to bunny hop for every kill? Like, poking out from behind cover does help Blasters a lot. And you know, easy way to do that is by jumping. But, holy shit, man. Somebody's got to tell some of these goobers it's okay not to do it every now and then. I have Tacticooler. That's my excuse. I got no clue what yours is. That's another thing, man. It's actually crazy how popular the blaster class is in the West, disproportionately to how good it actually is. And then a lot of the blasters that you would think are popular, or like could be popular, actually just don't see that much play. I don't see anybody playing short blaster. I don't see anybody playing, I don't fucking know, Luna, I guess. Well, okay, you see Luna on occasion, but I don't see anybody playing Rapid Pro, you know? Like, just shit like that, because I guess everyone's too busy playing S-Blast, but still. If you're gonna play... Actually, no. Now that I'm actually saying all this out loud, it makes perfect sense. Because if you're going to play a class that's mostly mediocre, and most people really like the Blaster class, you may as well play the only one that's actually meta, right? Like, this explains a lot. I just wanted to get a quick yap out there about pigments because pigments have been on my mind. I think I'm going to look into what local communities might exist for gathering pigments and creating paintings with them. I think I want to learn how to paint. Definitely a big part of it. I'm not one for hand technique. I'm kind of a trembly-handed man, but I suppose it doesn't matter too much. A smooth hand only matters so much in painting as much as the illusion or impression of something. Because, you know, precise detail in painting doesn't matter so as much as smartly placed strokes, you know? But for now, I think that makes enough sense. I'll have to see you guys next time.